You know, this life really started when I was 15 years old working at a bait shop in northern Minnesota, and you know, from helping people and creating that dream in the tackle store of catching fish, and you know, and it's grown for over the past 20 years to me doing the same routine every morning. You know, this life really isn't for everybody, but you get up in the morning and you put your sunscreen on and you make your coffee and grab a little breakfast, load the boat up, and I kind of have the same routine I go through each morning. But I remind myself that, you know, through the grind of the season, you know, it does get long and it does get hard, but I remind myself every time I launch this boat, I always get chills. This is one of my favorite parts, is every time somebody steps into my boat for a guide trip, it's their trip. This is their trip, and I'm always reminded that when they get in the boat, I see those smiles of anticipation, and each day is unique, and our job as a fishing guide is simply to put them and try to make a memory. We don't catch them every day, but this is really my life, and like I said, it's not for everybody, but just the packing up and getting bait and the camaraderie of the guides and the hard work and the knowledge of sharing these memories is something special, and it's been a part of my life for a long time. So it's a special one, that's for sure. So my name's Jeff Anderson. I'm a leisure outdoor fishing guide. This is my life, the guide life.
The Guide Life with Leisure Outdoor Adventures is brought to you by these great partners: Chase on the Lake, Cedar Point Realty, Ray's Sport and Marine, Blackfish Gear, and Swanson's Bait and Tackle.
So on today's video, we're going to be doing one of my favorite things. It's still pretty early season, as you can tell. I'm bundled up. We're going to do some snap jigging on Leech Lake, shallow water walleyes. Got a brisk northwest wind. It's pretty chilly, but it's blowing right into this little shoreline here. So we're going to see if we can set the hook on a few walleyes to show you what the snap jigging is all about. One of my favorite ways to catch walleyes. It's that thunk, you know, when you're snap jigging, you feel that thunk. It's something that's pretty exhilarating. So let's see what we can catch. Tailing down, first bite of the morning. We had to do a little searching, but got a battler. I don't know, it might be a pike. Oh no. Ah, there's a little Leech Lake Gold right there. Look at that. So we first started up along the shoreline, and you know, I'd actually caught them up on that shoreline earlier in the week, and they weren't there. So it's the same thing, same typical day of guiding is you just got to transition. So we bounced out to a little bit of cabbage weed, and I'm just pitching jigs now up to the cabbage, and that's a nice little keeper. Actually, I think I'm going to throw that one in the box because my family loves to eat, and we don't get to keep fish that much because I'm always giving them to my clients. So we'll put them in the box with the shiners and kind of show you what we're doing. We're fishing just an 1/8 ounce jig with a shiner, and hooking up that shiner is really important. I'll show you how and why it's important when you hook it up. But I have a few minnows here in my cooler, and the nice thing about that talon is I sat down, and like I said, we're pitching up to a little piece of cabbage up there, and now we're not going to blow off the fish. But when you hook these shiners, it's really important. There's a skull, and that skull is if you crack the skull, the minnow doesn't stay on there as long. So all you want to do is kind of just poke that right through, and you want to puncture that skull, but you want to kind of pinch while you're puncturing it. It makes a nice clean hole, and now what you can see is on that 1/8 ounce jig, that minnow just swims really nice. That's a key factor. So, and I'm using just the 6.6 rod with 8-pound not fluorocarbon, but 8-pound copolymer, which is fluorocarbon and monofilament. Nice Abu Garcia reel, and we're on the board with a nice Leech Lake keeper. And like I said, that's so typical. I was so excited to go fish that shoreline stretch, and they just weren't there. So we just made a little transition and a bounce out a little bit to this deeper cabbage, 8-foot cabbage, and they're the perfect Leech Lake keeper was. So hopefully there's more of that to come. That was fun.
The Lakes area is full of wonderful properties and recreational opportunities for you and your family to enjoy. Year-round homes, cabins, and land available. If you have been considering a real estate purchase or sale, we would love to hear from you. Cedar Point Realty, proudly selling the Lakes area.
I'm just, right now I'm just actually backing up, kind of scanning this cabbage out here, looking on the side imaging, and I'm marking fish right now. I'm just looking for a good pod that I can actually stop and actually pitch my jig right to them. I mean, it's an amazing deal, this electronics. There's a good pod right there. There he ate it. Got him. Just like that. Fish on. Found a little school of them. Woohoo! That is the fun part about fishing right there. Is, man, I was so pumped to go fish that spot up there, and they weren't there. And we just make a little move. And that is truly what the game of guiding is all about right there. Is you have to adapt. And boy, I drove for a little bit, and marked them on the side imaging and put the talon down and pitched to them, and just like that. Another beautiful Leech Lake keeper. This is what, we have so many of our clients come up and want to catch. I'll put the tape on this one, but I'm guessing it's 18 and maybe a quarter. Let's see here. Oh, I was off a little bit. It's a 19-incher. That is a nice keeper. Nice keeper. We've been catching a lot of big ones, but boy, you look at how beautiful they are. That is the fish that you want to catch. And we'll put them in the box on Leech Lake, my limit is 4 walleyes. We can keep 1 over 20 now, but you know, I mentioned the game of guiding. You know, it's just so typical. Just to give you a little bit of taste of what we go through as fishing guides is, you know, you come out and you think you have them dialed in and you think you have them figured out, and then you make 3 passes up there and there's nothing. And you know, 5 people in the boat, it's the same thing. You got to talk through it and you go fishing. But you know, I talked about, you know, the lifestyle and what it takes to be a fishing guide. Our group at Leisure Outdoor Adventures is sure a special group. You know, they're dedicated. It's a dedicated group of fishing guides. The guides have a pure passion for fishing, and they have a pure passion for teaching people how to fish, and they have a pure passion for making memories with people on the water. So I'm so blessed and so fortunate to be fishing and working with this dedicated crew. And you know, we've been doing it for a long time as a group, and we're really proud at Leisure Outdoor Adventures that we've had our full-time guides for so many years, and we're looking forward to more. But that was a fun fish catch. I marked them on the side imaging, and I had the big motor going, put the talon down, and I pitched and it ate it instantly. So that was really, really sweet. So let's do that again. That is truly what fishing, really what makes me tick as an angler is right there, that fishing aspect for them. Like that. I like that. That was a nice keeper, 19-incher. All right, let's get hooked back up, and I'm gonna pitch right back out there. Maybe I'll catch another one. Gotta find the perfect shine. Ooh, that might be the one. This jig is pretty chewed up. It's cold out today. I mean, and we're into June. Can't believe it. There's a thump right there. That was fun. See if it's the right color here. Started raining, so we picked up spots. Oh yeah, little tuna boater. Take them. Get them unhooked here. Not the 19-incher that we just caught, but a nice 14, so we'll take that. You know, Leech Lake is you know, like I was saying, Leech Lake is a pretty amazing fishery and vast fishery. We don't have the perfect conditions out here today. It's brutal cold, and now it's raining on us, so you can probably see some water on the lens. But you know, all the way from the north end of the lake, the huge shallow flats up there, to the southeast end of the lake that's filled with a bunch of different sharp edges and structures, to Walker Bay, to Agency Bay, to, you know, Steamboat Bay. There's just a vast opportunity to go fishing. And we made a move from our first spot to this spot. This is a little cabbage bed, and just pitching a jig and put another one in the boat. That was fun. That one ate it like it's supposed to. So I got 3 in the box. Hopefully you catch one more, and that's a Leech Lake limit. But I mean, like I said, Leech Lake it's a special fishery, and all the way from the walleye fishing to the smallmouth bass fishing to the largemouth bass fishing, the perch fishing is actually starting to pick back up. The muskie fishing is one of the best in the state, and the crappie fishing, huge giant crappies and bluegills in here. So it's a really special fishery. So it's a hood up kind of day, as you can kind of tell now. I want to set the hook one more time. Oh, it's so fun when you get on them. Oh yeah, that's a nice keeper. Look at that guy. That is how you catch a Leech Lake limit right there. The perfect Leech Lake limit. Look at this guy. Look at that jig and the shiner. The sun actually popped out for 2 seconds, and it was kind of fast and furious, but that is a beautiful keeper. That is how you catch a Leech Lake limit. It's a quick morning of fishing. You know, I actually have have a guide trip here in about, an hour. And so we just wanted to come out and share what, what it means to be a fishing guide, and how much really it is an honor to share this boat with everybody. But that's a Leech Lake limit snap jigging, one of my favorite ways to catch it, and just a quick morning of fishing. So Leech Lake, it's for real, and I just want to thank all the guys at Leisure Outdoor Adventures for all the hard work that they do, and it's an honor to be able to fish with each and every one of them, and it's an honor to share this boat with every single client that steps in it.
Ray Sport & Marine is your Lund and Mercury headquarters. The 2019s are in and they're better than ever. Lund boats powered by Mercury are engineered to be the best with unbeatable performance and unmatched strength. Lund truly provides the ultimate fishing experience. Like the 2019 Pro V Limited, loaded with exclusive features and premium styling. The Pro V Limited redefines the term ultimate fishing boat. Ask about how you can build your custom Lund boat too. Experience the Lund difference powered by Mercury at Ray Sport & Marine, Grand Rapids and Bemidji.
You can't choose the weather, but you can choose to dress for it. Introducing Blackfish Performance Rain Gear. Utilizing patented eVent technology, this advanced membrane allows body heat and vapors to escape while offering 100% waterproof protection with an exceptional combination of waterproof and breathability ratings. Blackfish Rain Gear keeps you dry all day. Whether on the tournament trail or chasing weekend walleyes, choose Blackfish because you can't choose the weather.
I've been a fishing guide for over 20 years now, and working with, like I said, the Leisure Outdoor Adventure Guide team is a pretty special thing. We share so many different memories, but I have to tell you, probably my favorite memory is my mom had passed away from cancer, and we were up on Lake of the Woods with my dad, and we had found this small little bay that was just loaded full of muskies, and this was our last muskie catch. And we had pulled into this small bay, and my dad and I, we caught a 50-incher, and it was a fish that I have a big picture of and a great memory of me with my dad. It was the last fishing adventure with my father. So, I've been really, like I said, out on the water there, been really blessed to be able to do this for so long and be able to share so many different memories out on this body of water with so many great people. And it's a great honor to be able to call myself a fishing guide and to actually live the guide life.
Leisure Outdoor Adventures would like to thank all their sponsors for their support in making the guide life happen.